Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the HT Muscle YouTube. We are here today at the Pure Athletic Club. It's been about 3 weeks since our last update, and today we have some of the HT Muscle athletes in town here to check in the gym. They're training, so we're gonna go inside the gym and see how the workout's going.
Okay. We're gonna do the press, like one side of the leg. I like to start with some sort of rear delt movement. A lot of times we'll use a form of pec deck, not picky when it comes to variation. After that, I like to move into a good lateral movement. My preference is usually a cable or a nice lateral raise machine. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. We're working today. Then I go into two compounds. Compound being a shoulder press variation. This one's really nice, the Nutex 6. I also really like climb. Now, my main gym there's a couple different machines here than what I have at my main gym, so I might try something else instead of the Prime, but definitely the Prime, the Nutex are some of my favorite machines. Then after that, maybe another lateral, maybe a front raise. Towards the end, it doesn't really matter. Kind of play it by ear depending on how I feel, but yeah, basically rear delt, side lateral, cheap presses, and any type of lateral option. Come on. One more, let's go, let's dig deep.
Nice.
What got me into bodybuilding? I would say it was probably from being bullied a lot as a kid. I got ripped on a lot, and I wanted to get bigger and stronger so that I could feel like I could defend myself and not have to worry about that stuff anymore. But then I kind of just got a passion for just training in general, and like I grew up playing a lot of sports, and I like to test my limits like that. So it was pretty easy for me to get caught up in the gym and continue to try to progress and force some kind of progression over time and see how far I could go with it, right? And then when I started to get really good at it, or just like get compliments all the time, like, oh, you've built a good amount of muscle, you ever think about competing? I never really thought about competing ever until a couple people recommended I try it, and you know what, I'm like, sure, I'll give it a shot. And then I did my first show, and I'm like, man, that was really fun. It was nice to present a lot of hard work, not so much trying to get some praise or reward for it, but like nice to know that something I'm doing started out as a hobby is actually like being illustrated, or a bigger picture, you know? So I love it, man. I love what I do. Yeah, I use pre-workout pretty much every day. Important thing to distinguish is whether you're using a stim base or non-stim. I think both have good benefit. The days where you need to pick me up, maybe training later in the day or you have an exhausting day, stim comes in handy. But I tend to gravitate towards a non-stim pretty much every day, if not just for that pump product base and that good benefit. It's kind of a ritual for me too, where you just drink it and you know things are about to happen, you're about to go train really hard, so potential placebo effect there, but more often than not, a good pump product formula is always going to help the workout. Come on.
I grew up an athlete. I was always into fitness. I always wanted to have abs and good shoulders and arms. And when high school sports was finished, I leaned into going to the gym because that was basically all I had. You know, I used to play basketball at a recreational center, and when you're a teenager, it's free. Once I turned 18, it was no longer free, and I was broke. So my brother had a Good Life Pass, and I would take his Good Life Pass and go at different times. And like, at first the staff wouldn't recognize me, so you know, I'd be going to the gym for free and just working out with my buddies from high school. And that's basically how I started. And you know, we just enjoyed training, and I enjoyed it a bit more than everybody, and I just kept coming back to the gym. I'd be going at like 11 p.m. on like school nights. I was about 17 around that time, and then, you know, eventually the next year start working, making a little bit of money, and I got my own membership, and I just kept going. And you know, I was really like, I was 18, 19, you know, my peers are in school, they're going out to parties. I did a little bit of it, not much. And I think I went out a couple times when I was 19 and then shut it down. And I was just focused on training, and I was basically focused for a very long time, and yeah, it basically every year just got more intense, you know. First, I just want to look great at festivals or at raves. Then afterwards, I'm like, you know what, like, let's challenge myself. Let's try competing. I tried competing, it went pretty well, and I wanted to try and turn pro. I wanted to be the best natural bodybuilder in the country and in the world. Now, that ended after I turned pro, and the goal changed again. So right now, the current goal is just to be the best of the best, and the best that I could be. So it's just one of those things with bodybuilding. Like, the day that you start is the day that you're forever small, because the goalpost keeps changing. So yeah, right now, trying to get massive, and also trying to win, get to the Olympia, and just see what I can do there this year. Oh, this is really good.
Yeah.
I mean, when you do this long enough, it's just it's like a second nature. It's just within me. It doesn't matter how I feel. Like, there's days where I feel a little sick. There's days where I feel weak or I'm a little banged up. But regardless of how I feel, I'm still gonna give it my all every single workout. So I don't really need to turn anything on. I feel like I'm always ready.
At this stage of my career, Quinton's right. You don't really have to turn it on or off. It comes pretty seamless. But at the same time, you know, as long as the body feels good and you don't have any injuries, you're gonna have to challenge yourself, whether that's strength through weight or whether that's pushing to absolute failure through endurance. If you're not a little bit nervous or excited about hitting either of those points throughout the workout, you're probably not working out hard enough. So you gotta embrace that, know it's coming, take advantage of it, and use it for an opportunity to grow and get better.
I'm not sure about this one. This one felt good, but I just I'm afraid of dropping the weight at the end.
Yeah, true.
It's like a big drop. Like, even if I got you to hold one side, the other side dropping is still like really low.
Yeah, let's play the long game. And it's not gonna be how much weight you lift in that one session, or even in that 1 week. It's going to be how long you can string together good, consistent days over time without burning out. So the guy that works really, really hard for, say, 4 to 6 weeks, gets good progress, but he burnt out and it wasn't sustainable, you're gonna notice that, versus the guy who kept going at a good pace, made sure to check all the boxes every day, not burn out, understand it's a long game, not try to force results too quick and risk injury, but just stacking up those good days over time. And the guy that's able to do that consistently over time, year after year, you're gonna see leaps and bounds of progress, versus the guy who is trying to force things really, really quickly. They're gonna see a strong response, but you risk injury, you risk systemic fatigue, burnout, because the stiff it's not easy to do. And the main idea is just to make sure that you understand that no matter what you want to do with weightlifting or bodybuilding, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So.
All right, so Quint and Skylar just finished their first workout here at the Pure Athletic Club. They trained shoulders today. I got one question for Quinton, and I want to know, what was your favorite piece of equipment you used here today?
Okay, my favorite piece of equipment. I'm gonna say the Watson shoulder press.
The Watson shoulder press.
They felt super smooth. I really like the new tech as well, but I've used it before. The Watson I've never used before. Yeah. It's super cool. I like the angle. I feel like most shoulder presses, they don't have that angle where you're kind of pushing forward. Felt
it's very
really
stable,
good.
Right? I feel like that shoulder press keeps you very stable and strong, and it just allows you to like isolate. I can almost like feel my front delts isolating more on that shoulder press.
So something that I noticed about myself, maybe because I don't know what it is, maybe just tight in certain areas, but I have a hard time pushing my elbows forward. But just the positioning of that machine, you're just in that position already. So it's very easy to keep everything on my front delt and not like have it stray over towards the rear. But yeah, definitely that was a unique one, and it was really fun.
I think it's really cool how the handles on that, how you can adjust it, right? And find that perfect spot. Then even the handles kind of living on an angle to encourage the elbow to dive in, right? Yeah, it's cool. That's awesome.
We didn't play around with that too much, but it was super cool. A lot of variability. Big fan. I mean, a lot of, even the new tech one has A lot of adjustments. A lot of adjustments. So,
Yeah.
That's big
cool.
fan of those presses.
I appreciate you coming up.
Of course, my pleasure.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, so since Skylar came up today to train with Quinton, we want to ask him what his favorite piece of equipment was today too, because there's a lot of different equipment in here. And I kind of watched them training, and I'm pretty sure all the pieces they used are probably new to them. So let's ask him too. Skylar, what was your favorite piece of equipment you said?
Definitely some new pieces here that were all very fundamentally sound. Had a great workout here. We trained shoulders. My favorite piece would probably be the new tech lateral raise. I just found it was very good at being able to disengage your forearms, allow the delts to actually move through the whole movement, flow through, not engage too much of the traps. It was a very sound machine. Very little odd resistance to it. It was a good one, but I'd also say the new tech shoulder press was an awesome piece as well.
Favorites.
Yeah,
I love the lateral raise just because on a lot of standing side laterals, you know, one of the major benefits when you're working with machines and cables is getting into length and being under load, right? Obviously we're using dumbbells, there's very little tension at the bottom. And with the new tech side lateral, it pulls straight through. So like as soon as you're starting, like the delts are already loaded.
Yeah.
With a lot of them, it starts like here. So I think that's pretty cool in the new tech. And then something that they added that we haven't seen before is just that like hand brace, like you said, right? To take your forearm out of it, you can just really focus on.
Completely removes the idea of somebody picking up the weight instead of just using the delt to move through the movement evenly throughout. It's nice.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, thanks for coming up today, man.
Of course, thank you.
Well, basically starting here, and then honestly, we're kind of just going to go down the line and just go machine after machine. This one too, we were doing a little bit the cable machine here, which is just awesome because you can literally adjust it all the way from the top to the bottom. And for back, I usually would start with like a cable movement, like a lat pullover or like a lat pull down. Then I would probably go into something like a high row or some kind of like machine row, machine pull down or row. Then I'll probably go into something like a free weight, either like a T-bar row, like more like a compound, then something like a cable or a chest supported row. Finish off with back extensions, maybe a deadlift. But usually it's around 6 exercises for the most part. But yeah, this one for sure. This is the ultimate back builder apparently. So let me give this one a shot here. Freestanding T-bar is one of my favorites, especially when you can do like adjustable handles here. So this is nice. I've never actually used this one here, but we can adjust the supination angle. Little close grip action. I feel like with burnout, I think burnout happens because you're trying to take on too much at once. And so if you're just trying to focus on your fitness, you should just focus on your fitness. Don't try to start a business. Don't try to, start a YouTube channel at the same time. Get that foundation of fitness and be good at that skill of going to the gym, getting the meals in, getting your progress every week. Then you can start to share it. Then you can start to expand on that. But I feel like just focusing on the main thing, like what's your main goal right now? Oh, I want to lose 10 pounds. Okay, well, let's focus on that. And then everything else come afterwards. Exactly. And then when you get there, it's like a checkpoint in a video game where you feel like, oh, well, I've got this far, this little auto save, and I can keep going to the next checkpoint. So that's another thing with burnout is you're thinking like, okay, 10 years from now I need to be here, and 5 years from now I need to be here. Well, what about right now? Where do you need to be right now? And I feel like that's a way to slow down from burnout. It's just being like, what do I need to do right now? I need to work out. What do I need to do right after that? Oh, I need to go home. It's like just breaking it down into the present moment so you're not worried about the 15 million other things that have come and gone and are gonna happen. Yeah, so why do they have this one and this one? Are these the same thing almost?
They're
or
different, right? If you look at
Like
look at the swing on this, it's
Yeah,
swinging
yeah.
forward, and that one's pulling behind you.
So this one would be more lat, this one would be more upper back
You
maybe.
can target them both.
You just depending on the
feel
angle.
different.
Yeah,
They feel way different.
yeah.
Like that one I usually do for more upper back, and
Yeah.
this one, I
More
don't know.
lat.
You know what? I can't say that.
Either way,
Both.
yeah.
They both feel different.
Yeah.
Yeah, different.
As usually, yeah, this one goes back almost like a jackpot hammer. This thing kind of comes up
Yeah.
like a swing up.
And
Yeah.
then this whole thing, if you wanted, right, you could do this. Look, This machine's pretty like universal because.
Oh, that's how we found it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can do
I didn't even
that.
realize you could do that. So this is now just a bent over row.
And then now you're, now you can just do like this goes up even more.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
You can do rows, right?
Oh wow, that is really cool actually.
pretty cool.
Yeah. So it kind of has this like this one already built in a little bit. I see. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Cool machine.
Yeah. I'll try one more here.
Good.
Oh.
Good. Good.
Oh. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Oh.
Good work.
Oh.
Crazy
Oh, yeah.
how thick your back is, eh?
Just from these. Just today.
Yeah, just today.
Just 2 sets.